Your mouth is always inspiration. All right, cool. You can keep going. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so the
Mhm.
year anniversary of my aunt who was battling cancer, she passed last August.
Mhm.
And so the year anniversary of her passing just came, and that was rough.
Mhm.
But she was also the woman who taught me strength.
Yes.
She taught me courage.
Mhm.
She um, she was the one who I felt believed in me a lot.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
anytime I was going through something and
Yeah.
she knew about it, um, she was the one who was like, "Well, it's up to you. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's you think this is your life. This
Come
is your choice."
on. Mm.
So with that time coming up, or just had come up this
Yeah.
month,
Mhm.
it was that's the thoughts that I kept bringing to myself. Like,
Yeah.
these are all the good things. These are all the things she taught me. These are all the things that she showed me in life.
Mhm.
Loving and caring for everyone
Mhm.
and having patience. And, you can tell when she really didn't have patience, but she wasn't going to show it, she,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
she knew what it meant for her to be there. So
Yeah.
it's been a hard month,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's also been a very comforting month
Yeah.
in the fact that, like, I get to remember all of these things, and it's
Mhm.
just pushing me forward into my goals and everything that I'm on the path towards right now.
Come on. Come on. I love it. Shout out to that auntie, because again, I know your story. I know maybe more than most people. Um, and I know the challenges that you have faced, again, some of the challenges you've just mentioned. Um, and to know you had someone like that in your life, that really makes me happy. To know that you have someone like that in your life or had someone like that in your life that you looked up to, that you celebrate, that you admire, obviously. I can hear it in your words. That really makes me happy because it shows me that, no matter what you have gone through personally, Elena, you still have had people pour into you in a way that has molded you and shaped you into who you are. Like that woman you just described sounded like you. And I was like, you talking about yourself? But you're talking about your auntie. You're talking about someone who had an impact on you. And I see it. I see it. When you were talking about her, it sounded like you. So I really admire you for being able to open up and share that. Because again, I know that can be hard. I just lost someone to cancer as well. She's like a grandma to me. Was your aunt's cancer, was it breast cancer or
It started as breast cancer,
wow.
which she was first diagnosed years ago. Like
Mm,
over 10 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then
wow.
she went into remission, and then it came
Mm,
back in her bones and
what?
just started spreading. And but she outlasted it longer
Mm,
than the doctors told her she would. Like,
mm,
in when I first met Ramon back in 2013, I was moving to San Diego to move closer to her because the
oh,
doctor said she had like 6 months or less to live.
wow.
And that
Wow.
was 2013, and she just passed away last year. Like,
Come
she
on.
outlasted every time they told her she had this much time to live.
Hmm.
She said, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
So,
She said that she was saying, no, I don't.
well, I mean, like, that's how she lived her life. Like, she's
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's
Mhm.
what you're saying, but I'm just gonna keep living. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna do
Hmm.
what I want to do, go where I want to go, and
Come
live
on.
my life happily. Like, because if she, her thought process
Yeah.
was like, if I only have this much time, then why am I gonna waste it?
Come
So
on.
she had
Uh,
years of just living her life the way she wanted and doing all
mhm.
the things she wanted to do because she was expecting not to have all that time, and she
Come
ended up having
on.
more. So I'm really happy about that. She still, I feel, left way too soon, but
Yeah. Yeah.
she lasted longer than anybody told her she could, and that's that's what I look up to her the most, is because that's
Mm,
what I want. Like, I'm not gonna listen to what anybody has to say about anything anyone has to say about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna show them what I believe or what
Mm-hmm.
I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what you say. If you say I'm not gonna, like, I've had people tell me, oh, you can't stick to one thing. Well,
Mm.
now I've been in the fitness life for how many years now?
Yeah.
Going on, 7 years now. So
Yeah.
it's like I think I'm doing pretty well.
Pretty well. Exactly. Exactly. And she will be proud of you to know that you're putting your fitness as a priority. You know that man, I would have even loved her to have hopped on the group, spoke on the group call. Like, but to know that if she knew that you were in this position, going to the gym, have an in-home gym now, like you're really putting your health as a priority. You're really, about to become a personal trainer. Like, do you know how proud she would be, Elena? Like, that is just, I'm proud. Like, from the moment you joined up until now, like, do you not know the growth you've had? Yo, eat, no, eat for real. Your growth, do you understand that?
Well, yeah, thinking back to like our first meeting, I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a big difference
It's a
between then
big
and now.
difference. Come on. Come
I'm
on.
not in my shell no more, that's for sure.
You're not in your show no more. That's for sure. I literally just told you can turn your camera off if you want to. Now I'm leaving it on. You would have never said that. Like, initially you would have never have taken that deal. You would have said, "Oh, okay, like I know." But you have literally grown, man. Like I could literally sit here and talk about your growth all day. I'm so serious, E. Again, and now we have conversations even outside of fitness. The other day we were talking about criminal mind, like that's just who you are, and all that was initiated with you. You start conversations, you kind of go into different aspects and conversation. You responded to my stories. You come out of your shell. You come out of your shell. When did you realize that? When did you realize I'm way more out socially? I'm way more out of my cell mentally. When have you realized that?
um, I want to say within the past like month or two, and it's actually like relates to me becoming a personal trainer because if
Mm,
I'm gonna be talking to clients, like I can't be
mm,
shy, I can't be quiet, I have to
mm,
have a voice, I have to put myself out there. Like
mm,
as much as it's uncomfortable for me, like I still gotta do it.
mm, mm. You're right. You're right. You're exactly right. You're gonna be a dope trainer. I can see you now. Like, I'm for real. I was rooting for Giselle, but I'm rooting for you now. Forget Giselle. No, I'm
Shut
playing.
up. There's room
Yo,
for all of this game, okay?
yo, forget Giselle. Elena's coming for you, G. Step out the way. No, let me have my moment. Let me have my moment. She's always trashing me. Let me have my moment. Yo, yo, I know you've been seeing them comments, E. And you
I
played
have.
into one of them. You played into one of them, E.
I mean, they have a point.
Yo, yo, y'all talking about my legs, man. Y'all know I'm black. Y'all know we don't do lower body. Y'all wrong.
That's the number one rule. You can't skip leg day.
I was hurt when Shirley hopped in there. I was like, I know I got if anybody else is supposed to be with me, I know Shirley will. Yo, Shirley was the main one saying, "What about them legs, Trey?" Yo.
I love Shirley. She's hella funny. She's come out of her shell too.
She's Elena. Come on. Shirley has come out of her shell. I literally was telling her that the other day as well. Everyone has grown. Everyone has grown in their own way in the group. And it reflects. It really reflects. Shirley was so close when I first met her, but now she posted something in the group. I'm not sure if you saw it in the group where she posted her pictures, where she posted like a picture and she was kind of,
Oh
you
yeah.
saw that?
Yeah.
She came out. She posted a long paragraphs of how nervous she was of posting that.
Yeah. I'm so proud of her for that. That takes nerve. Like that takes
Mhm,
some
mhm,
real courage
mhm,
because I know how
mhm,
hard it is to feel like to do that. Like I know how hard to put
mhm,
yourself out there like that and take those, even take the pictures.
mhm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You know what? Let me make note of this. You just made me come up with my next, with one of the topics I would love to talk about next in the group, which is like taking pictures in correlations, like pictures and videos, and getting over that whole fear to keep up with the progress of your fitness journey.
Oh yeah. Because I can tell you right now, when I was first taking pictures of my fitness journey in the beginning,
Mm.
I wasn't taking actual pictures. I was taking angled pictures where I
Mm.
looked good
Come on.
aesthetically,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't all real, like because it was just the angle.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
and now I look back and I'm like, dang, I really wish I did have like a good actual picture of me
Yeah.
during this, because it's a huge
It's a
difference.
huge difference. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I remember the first few videos you sent me when you was show, when we first met, and it was, I think it was a video of you. I think you had like orange shorts or something, like red shorts, something on, and you were flexing in front of the camera. And then you did like a transition in it, and you sent me it, and it was just a huge. And but then I want to now compare the ones that you sent me then to now. It's a
Mhm.
huge freaking difference, E. Like, my goodness, man. I'm so again just so proud of you. I'm so glad to have known you and to know you, to have met you. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Um, I was going to ask you something else too. In correlation with your job, I did want to ask about that for a minute. How's that going? How's that whole fitting that into your schedule going and things like that?
It's going pretty well. I had to cut down. So during the summer when the kids were out of school, I
Yeah.
ended up going full time,
Okay.
um,
Mhm.
because my cousin was able to watch the kids for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
and now that they're back in school, though, I was like, it's just too stressful to try to like figure out pickup times and everything if I'm
Yeah.
doing time or if I'm gonna be done in time to pick them up.
Hmm.
So I told them that I can only do part time. So I'm only doing like one house a day in the morning, which
Okay.
is perfectly fine. It's still, work.
Hmm.
I'm still being active.
Hmm.
Some of these houses are not small.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I get some big houses, and
Wow.
it's a lot of work,
Hmm.
um, but it's going good. I'm glad that I'm able to do that, because then I have more time. Even like if I get done before the kids are off school, then I can come home and fit more study time in, or work on notes from my podcast, or work
Mm.
on other little things that I can do before I have to rush and get the kids from school and go throughout the rest of my day.
We really not gonna get to the questions if you keep bringing up all this dope stuff you're doing. Your freaking podcast, Elena. Speak of jumping out, busting out your freaking shell. You got a freaking podcast. Seriously, like what the heck? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like what? How did that happen? What happened? Who are you? Tell us about this. Like what is going on?
So um, I had the idea for a long time,
Mm.
just because anytime, like, I've always been told I'm a good speaker,
Mm-hmm.
that when I give advice or when I talk to my
Mm-hmm.
friends, they're like, you're so good at talking, you're so
Come
good at
on.
it's like other people need to hear this. Like you need to like make YouTube videos or something. And I'm like, well, I have a YouTube, but I like, what about a podcast? Because I
Mm-hmm.
listen to podcasts. I like
Mm-hmm.
podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've always been interested in psychology because I went through a lot of therapy because
Mm-hmm.
of all the trauma I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so me going through therapy, and my last therapist was very detailed and like descriptive about like the way that the human mind works and
Mm-hmm.
why my brain functions the way that it does, or why it's wired that way, and how to like rewire your brain and everything,
Yeah.
all like really really scientific like knowledge about psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a little bit of school for psychology. I never finished, but
Mm-hmm.
so I did a little bit of studying of that. So
Nice.
I've always wanted to help people who have been through my kind of
Yeah.
experiences, or who have felt the way that I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt a podcast about like fitness and mental health, which is,
Mm.
everything I do. and
Hmm.
have gone through or experienced is a really good place to start. So
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. My good. And the name of the podcast, and where is it? Which platforms? Can you tell us about that?
it's called She's Just Saying, saying as in Super Saiyan.
Super
If you
Saiyan. I saw that. I saw that. The little anime nerd. I got
play on words.
you.
um, so She's Just Saying, and it's on um, Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Mm.
A new episode is released every Monday.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. Y'all go and follow her, go and listen. It again, it just amazes me how much you have blossomed. A freaking podcast you have out now. Um, again, you have a job that requires you to even step out of your comfort zone. You're training for your personal trainer license. Like, what is going on, man? Like, like this isn't the old you. This is not Elena. This is Elena. I'm gonna put an emphasis on that E because you have really blossomed E. And so I'll get into the questions because again, I just wanted to catch up with you. Again, it's been over a month, so I expected for this to go a little longer. Because I know you just had so much. You really have just had so much, and your friends are right. Me and you, we're a lot alike. We're a lot alike, actually. We actually are.
That's why we get along so well.
Say it again.
So that's why we get along so well.
I agree. I agree. I it's but the funny thing about you is, and obviously I know that the way that you, again, I would say used to be, is because you've been working through those, the things in your past and things like that. But you came off as so quiet, so introverted initially. But oh my goodness, when you crack that shell and peel it back and see it's nothing but I think you're an extrovert, to be honest. What would you classify yourself as? Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused now.
I would classify myself as an introverted extrovert.
Yo, okay, okay. Yo, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Those are some rare creatures, but you're definitely that for sure, for sure. Because initially it was not that. I was like, man, she's gonna take a minute, but after you peel that layer back, you got a freaking like arsenal of stuff you can pull from and talk about for days. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's get into it. Your fitness goals, what have they been, I guess, from the past month? And maybe you can even go, further than that from the last time we actually did the call. What have been your fitness goals and have you been able to hit those goals? And if not, then why not? And if you have, then why?
I want to say the last time we talked, I wanted to just be more consistent.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Hmm.
because I think I was going through like a weird time where it was just like I was lacking the energy and
I
the
remember. Hmm.
go and to like get it done.
Yeah, you wasn't responding in the group or anything. I remember that.
Yeah. I was going through it. Like, I don't know. I just,
Well, it was what you told me, I think, right? Remember about, I don't want to mention that, but about the person and wasn't that the
uh,
whole thing?
probably. I think it
Okay.
was just funk and it would just kind of brought down all
Hmm.
of me.
Hmm.
Um, but since then, I've been more consistent.
Hmm.
I am training to go to a competition in October for powerlifting.
Oh, hold on. So this is new. You didn't tell us this. This is new. What the
Kind of,
freak?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't remember this because we just got done talking about arts.
Yeah,
So have you told Art this?
I don't think so.
What the
I might have.
freak?
I don't know.
Yo, you post this in the group, or like I guess on the next call or something, or actually you can say it now. Just say it now. I'm gonna make this into a snippet, and I'm gonna tag everybody. So this is a competition.
Uh-huh. It's a powerlifting competition in October 6th, I believe it is.
Wow,
Mhm.
wow, what the freak? Like, who are you, man? You about to go into competition zones. You about to like that's a whole nother level, E. And I know you got it. I know you got it, but I'm just like eh, apart from you and Art, there's been no one else I know in the group that has been in competitions. You're the first female.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're making history at least in the group. You are. You are. And this is in October.
hmm So I have
Wow.
a little over a month.
Wow. Wow. How do you feel? Are you nervous? Are you excited? How are you feeling about that?
I'm a little nervous. I'm
Hmm.
nervous because I'm not where I want to be strength wise.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So I know I'm not gonna say that because that's just putting it
Mm.
out there.
Mm.
I am hoping
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to score um pretty well
Mm-hmm.
as long if I can keep training the way that I've been training recently. Like,
Nice.
and my brother's my trainer right now.
Let's
Uh,
go.
so he's like pushing me and he's like got a whole plan to like get my strength up by then.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a plan, and so that's keeping me excited. That's keeping me hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
But even if, worst case scenario, I don't score well, at
Yeah.
least it's experience. I can
Mm-hmm.
say I experienced it, I tried it, and maybe I'll go for the next one.
Like you just overwhelming me right now. Like it's I'm serious. Just all of this. Okay, so you have a competition. Discipline was also a goal. Were there any other goals as well?
um, my eating habits,
Mm, okay.
which I've done well.
Mhm.
There have been like a couple nights I find myself like really craving sweets because
Mm,
it's that time of the month or something,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um, so I'll try to either limit myself
mm-hmm,
or find a healthy alternative. Like
mm.
I found these the
Oh,
Pop
I
Tarts.
love those. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, those are the arts. The one art.
I I think he's the one
Yeah,
that showed them.
yeah,
Yeah.
show us. Okay, let's go. Yo, hold that up to the camera, please. Yo, art, bro, she got him, man. Yo.
And it's the brown sugar cinnamon one.
Ooh. It's good. Is it
So
that good? Is it good?
so good. So good. So soft and like
Mm.
I know people don't like that word, but moist.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so good.
People do not like that word. It's just something about it. I don't know. Moist. Like, I think it sounds like you're talking in slow motion when you said it. I don't know. Moist, moist, like it's just yeah, moist. It's like ew, just stop. Yo, that is so dope, E. All right, man. Shout out to you. She literally picked up the Pop Tart. Come on, man. I'm about to cry.
And I just got done with my
Steve Jobs.
spiritual life.
Yo, all right, bro. Yo, he's gonna be hyped when he see this. Art's gonna be hyped.
Yeah. So I've been trying to, find healthier alternatives, better or better alternatives.
Yeah.
Um, and what else? Food. Yeah. Oh, the only thing that I want to work on
Mm-hmm.
is bringing up my protein intake because I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one thing that I'm struggling to do
Okay.
is to
Mm-hmm.
actually hit my protein target because it's so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so hard to fit that much
Mm-hmm.
protein into one day.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's actually my next goal is like I really want to work on my protein
Mm-hmm.
intake.
That's good. That's good. It's so funny because Art and Giselle have stressed that how hard it is. Jamil too. Jamil has stressed that too. They've all stressed like it's so hard to hit your protein goals, and I've often like wondered like how like why is that, or I wonder like what about it is so hard and stuff. But I guess it's from what Art has told me at least. He's always stressed how like when you're not really hungry and you have to keep eating to fit it in or something like that, or just trying to, or even just trying to remember to fit it in. He talks
Yeah.
about how that's hard. Would you say that's the same for you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially because protein is so filling. Like
Hmm.
they say if you get cravings a lot, try um
Eat more protein.
on something that has protein,
Hmm.
and then you'll start feeling more full. Like
Hmm.
you won't be craving as much because you'll
Hmm.
be full.
Hmm.
Um so I think that yeah, that's definitely part of it is it's so hard to eat so much protein because
Hmm.
you start getting full and you're like, I don't want to do
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
How am I going to take these last 10 bites
Hmm.
that I have supposed
Hmm.
to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's the hungry hormone, a ghrelin. I think that's the name of it. A ghrelin, it kind of like like sweets, they actually increase that hormone. And a ghrelin tells you to eat. So then protein actually it suppresses it. Like Coach Greg, the guy I post sometimes in the group, he talks about it. He talks about how that like protein suppresses that hormone and it tells you to stop. So all the
Mhm.
junk food with all the carbs, that doesn't suppress that hormone. It actually triggers that hormone and tells you to keep eating. It's like you're hungry, you're hungry. McDonald's, you're hungry, you're still hungry. But then you get one of those things you have back there or something like that, or beef jerky, something with a lot of protein in it. Like you said, it literally like curves the appetite, and you're just like, man, I actually can go another 2 hours. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, it is so amazing how the body works, but it's also so crazy how manipulative companies can be to get your money.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's crazy. It's scary. It's scary. Did you just zoom? Did you just zoom in?
I pulled it a little closer.
Oh yeah. It's like, hold on. I was like, hold on. She either got a remote or she's there's my eyes are tripping. I was like, I saw something moving in. I was like, hold on, she get a little closer. Okay, cool.
No, but yeah, I actually saw a post on Instagram the other day
Mm,
that was like a picture of a grocery aisle,
yep.
and it said, um,
Mm,
what did it say? It said processed food or
mm,
food like processed items. I
wow.
was like, dang, that's actually
That's deep.
scary to think about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of it's not really actual food. It's just
Exactly.
processed material made into something you can consume.
Exactly. Exactly. You're so right. You're so right. Like it's a lot of weird stuff that goes into what we eat. You can really kind of go into it even deeper. There's even like certain foods I think that certain people have sent me where um what is that? I think it's called like aborted baby cells are like actually inserted into some of them. Like just like you get what I'm saying? Like just the ingredients, just like random. And it's like again, it's you start to just wonder because they're starting to expose that stuff because some people are starting to think that it's not ethical. They're like, this stuff isn't ethical. People need to know that they're eating things that have the placenta in it or female placentas and things that are kind of inserted into it and just blended together into gummy bears or all these different things. And it's like, well, like, hold on, what are we eating? Like we should know what this stuff is, but they just chop stuff up and just put it inside of a package.
Mhm. They're
It's
gonna start making meat in a factory.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
like
exactly.
that's insane. They're talking about I think they might already be doing it, but I heard on a podcast
Mm,
that they're talking about creating a factory where they create chicken.
yo, are you serious?
Mhm. Like it's not real chicken, it's like man-made chicken.
So, at that point, what are you doing, E? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Because it's hard because it's like, well, does it still have all the nutrients and
Right, right, right.
and stuff that I need?
Yeah,
Maybe, but at the same time, that doesn't seem right.
yeah, yeah.
It just seems weird. Like
I agree.
eat meat that was made in a factory and not on a farm.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. And even if we were to even push it towards the farm and like the animals that are raised on that, like I'm not
Oh
sure
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Those documentaries with those chickens and how they live all huddled together in their own feces. Some of them dying, some of them are electrocuted multiple times for some type of reason and pumped with steroids. It's it. Yeah, yeah. We could
My
go.
brother went. My brother went vegetarian. Or, well, vegetarian. I think he's vegetarian.
Mm,
Vegetarian.
or vegan,
Just
yeah.
because he watched one of those videos. He watched the video
Yep.
about what how like how meat is made, and he was like,
Yep.
"Nope."